Hey my fellow horror fans, and welcome back to October Horror Fest. I had decided to cover for today's October Horror Fest a horror slasher that takes elements from the urban legend, The Hook. I Know What You Did Last Summer. I Know What You Did Last Summer is a horror film based on a 1973 novel written by Lois Duncan and Kevin Williamson, who seemed to be having a home run on horror films in the 90s, wrote the film adaptation. I Know What You Did Last Summer was made on a budget of $17 million and was released in theaters on October 17th, 1997, and managed to make an excellent $125,200,000 at the box office. I Know What You Did Last Summer has a very straightforward but effectively chilling plot. The film starts on July 4th, and a group of kids celebrating their bright futures party on the beach, and on the way back, their worst nightmare happens when they hit something. The group realizes they hit a man, and he seems to be dead, and they have an oh shit moment, thinking what will happen to them if they go to the cops, though they're gonna wish they freaking had. So they decide to save their own asses and decide to dump the body. So they take the guy to the creepy dock, and just as they're going to dump him over, oh shit, the guy's still freaking alive! And in the middle of the struggle, they knock him into the water. The guy seems to drown, and the group, after realizing what they just did, basically makes a pact to take what just happened to their graves, and they all leave. 1 year later, the group of kids whose lives are all a mess reunite after they all get messages, some subtle, others more direct, from a psycho who claims to know what they did last summer. The plot of the film from this point on becomes a race against time to get answers that might lead them to whoever is after them before he gets to them first. But there's twists and revelations at every turn, and everything is not as it seems. The killer manages to kill both Barry and Helen, along with a few people who just got in the way, and Julie and Ray end up in a final showdown with the killer, who is revealed to be a fisherman named Ben Willis, who was the guy the kids hit a year earlier. But here is the kicker: the guy had actually murdered a young guy the same night, who he blamed for his own daughter's death, who coincidentally died in a car accident, and the kids just happened to hit him right after he did it. Whoops. I bet you guys wish you had gone to the cops now. After a massive battle and a game of hide and seek, Ben Willis ends up getting his hand ripped off, ouch, and gets dropped into the water. But later the Coast Guard only finds his severed hand, still holding the hook. Creepy. The film's ending supposedly takes place a year later, where Julie gets attacked in the shower by the killer, but this turns out to be a nightmare sequence, but it is a chilling ending. Alright, so what do I think of I Know What You Did Last Summer? Honestly, I think it's a really solid horror slasher. Now I'm going to point this out, because it's obvious. I Know What You Did Last Summer takes tons of elements from Scream, like so many other horror films did in the late 90s, but I will say this: I Know What You Did Last Summer comes as close as possible to giving the same high quality, groundbreaking work that Scream did, which should come as no surprise considering Kevin Williamson wrote both films. But I find it just doesn't bring anything new to the table, and instead follows Scream's playbook almost to the letter. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. The plot of the film is simple but very effective, and it relies a lot on suspense, tension, and fear, and only uses gore to deliver solid kills after an effective build-up. The guy playing the killer is freaking creepy as hell, and I love the mask he has on before his identity is revealed. It really can send chills up your spine. The acting is top notch, and the film features an excellent cast who give it their all, and this is one of the best performances Jennifer Love Hewitt has ever done. I don't usually grade movie reviews, but I'm going to make an exception for I Know What You Did Last Summer because I feel it deserves the recognition for how good a film it really is. I give I Know What You Did Last Summer a solid 9 out of 10. I Know What You Did Last Summer is a solid horror film, and one I highly recommend. Tune in tomorrow when I will be reviewing I Know What You Did Last Summer's sequel, I Still Know What You Did Last Summer. I will talk to you guys later. This is the Entertainment Wizard, signing off.